commentating. Stop.
That's my meeting.
I'm gonna share the link.
Is dit link? Hoe is het in Frankfurt?
Ja, dat is drop ik eens.
Zo. Iedereen Frankfurt.
Are we live? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and good evening. From a cool but pleasant Greenpoint track in Cape Town where we just sorted out some gremlins on the feed and we're bringing the game live from Greenpoint track, a game between the United Cricket Club over 40s veteran side versus the Halberg Vikings over 40s veteran side. This is a friendly match that has been arranged, and it's also a historic match in that this would be the first veterans game being played under lights in the Western Province region. As I said, it's an unofficial game. It's a friendly between the two sides, and yeah, we're just starting a little bit late with the feed. And just to update those who have just joined us, Helderberg Vikings have lost 2 wickets thus far, and we're just updating the score. So bowling from the stadium end, it is Amjad Hendricks that has just started his over, and that last ball was just a little bit too wide, and that ball was called wide by the umpire. Just joined by Yusri Biardin and Zahir Arense, as well as Shaim Ismail. Zahir, you want to commentate for a bit? No? Lovely shot there by the batsman, not getting value for his shot because I'm not sure if the viewers can appreciate, but the outfield is not looking in very good nick, and the batsman will have to work for their runs. That one is edged between the keeper and a wideish first slip, and they turn for 2. Fielding done by the evergreen Ziad Desai. That's another 2 to Halberg Vikings. That one played down to a short, fine leg. The batsman taking the single. So it does look a bit dark out here, but as the lights take effect, things will brighten up. And we can see from our vantage point that the lights are busy taking effect by the multiple shadows on the field from each of the fielders. So soon as the sun will set, then hopefully the light will be a bit better. So just a few field changes being made. The man in... No, he's gone back. That man that they just moved now from the wideish cover region was brought into a short cover, and the batsman just skied it over his head exactly where he was in the ball before, and it landed safely for 1. In comes Amjad Hendricks. That ball is flashed past the backward point. It's Ziad Desai chasing, and he cuts it down to 1, assisted by the lush outfield. And that's the end of an eventful over by Amjad Hendricks. And I'm not too sure who the next bowler would be. Yes, so the Helderberg Vikings, they are a team that is made up of obviously over 40 players, over 40-year-old players from various clubs in that region. I know there are players from Hottentots Holland, from Helderberg Cricket Club, from Strand, Makassar, from even the Delft area. So quite a number of clubs contributing to creating this amalgamated over 40s team. And it's a team packed with experience, packed with players who played the game at the highest level. So a real privilege for us to be hosting them here today. And a reasonable crowd has settled into the stand here at Greenpoint Track. And we encourage everybody, if you're in the area, please pop around to watch some cricket played by the veterans of the Helderberg region as well as United Cricket Club. So the bowler coming on, no stranger to United Cricket Club, it is Ahmed Kriel. He's been a member of United Cricket Club as a junior, and he started his first over. So Ahmad Kriel, the son of Fatih Al-Raham, who was a coach here way back at the juniors. He was one of my that's a huge shot played over the mid-wicket boundary, and that is the first boundary for the Halberg Vikings.
Gareth Williams.
And this Gareth Williams. I'm joined now by my old friend Ridar Rode,
who just got a 3-ball duck.
But it wasn't. The YouTube feed wasn't on yet.
Oh, wasn't on.
Record, so you didn't have
so
to
I
expose
actually
yourself.
exposed myself, but
so
nevertheless.
Welcome here.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Just give us who the batsman was.
Beautiful evening here this evening at Greenpoint Track. Batsman now is Gareth Williams. Aggressive. He's a very aggressive top order batsman. Played for Helderberg. I'm not sure if he's still playing currently. Obviously the Halberg Vikings are made up of a couple of players that are from different clubs in the Helderberg area. And
that one's up in the air and
but
it's
should
going
fall
to
safe.
Yeah.
But one thing, this outfield is really messing with the lads, eh? They have to run hard tonight. Hard work here for your runs. But I suppose it will work with the fitness for the second round of the season.
How was it out there? I was you weren't batting when the lights took effect, but was it okay?
No, it was fine. You know, as the older you get, they must say brilla and pulla. I myself was batting with my scripted sunnies there, but could see the ball very well.
Okay. So that
just
ball
couldn't play the ball very well.
Just from our vantage point, it looked stone dead.
Yeah.
Did you keep a bit low?
Yeah, very low, man. I should have been playing forward.
Yeah.
But you know, first ball innings and the ball pitches, you know, like shorter than short of a length.
So that one is cracked through the square leg region for 4.
Good shot by Andre Beckett. Andre Beckett, I would say one of, if not one of the best batsmen hailing from the Halberg region area. I think back in the day he was called up to the Super Juice Academy, the first Super Juice Academy.
Yeah.
Him and Craig Patterson, I think, if I'm correct, I can remember well. Yeah, and I think, if I can recall, they played a game against England, the Super Juice Academy, where he scored a sole 60 run I think he was the only one that scored in that team. Scored 60 odd or 70 against in form Andrew Flintoff.
Oh, was he with the touring side?
He was with the touring side, yeah. So he's no mug with a bat.
And Flintoff could put it through.
I mean, Flintoff was bowling 140 plus that time. Huh? So yeah, he's a good batsman. Played for HH for long, and then he left. I think he signed with Glamorgan, and then after that he went to Grabouw, and then I think he's currently at Strand Cricket Club.
So he says a wicket keeper as well?
Wicket keeper batsman, yeah.
Is he the wicket keeper of the side?
He is. I'm not sure if I'm going to be fielding because of my finger, but I'll see. I don't think I'm going to field.
I don't think you should.
Yeah.
That's up in the air. It's towards the long off region. It bounces and obviously plugged on the outfield. And that's 2 runs.
Yeah, no. Good shot there over mid-off.
And that is Gareth Williams, eh?
Gareth Williams, yeah.
So Gareth Williams, we chatted earlier today and you mentioned that you knew his father?
Yeah, he's for the late Goonie Williams. He was the chairman of a club called Salvo Park Cricket Club, just a little neighbouring village next to Furgrove, in the Somerset West Macassar.
That is an excellent shot over the long off region for 6. Quality shot by Gareth Williams. And we were just talking about the Williams influence in cricket in the Helderberg region and Strand.
Yeah.
But what a shot!
Great shot over long off.
Long off. Yeah.
Yeah, his father was the out chairman, and back in the day, I think I was 12, and there was no juniors around, and then they had an under 19 team, and his dad was our coach chairman, and we used to play against these school under 19 schools and club teams, and we used to, they used to drive us around in this old bakkie. All 12 of us at the back, and every week we used to get hiding after hiding. And if I can recall correctly, there was a couple of well-known guys that are. I think the one guy is the coach of Primrose Rugby Club now, Ricky Peterson. He was in our team. His brother
Amjad coming in. Good ball. That one is dabbed. This could be a run out. The keeper's shying to the bowler's end, but he's safe.
Cheeky single there. But I suppose that is what you have to do
to accumulate runs on
this outfield, and also keep the opposition on their toes. Yeah, so that was basically Mr. Williams. He did a lot for us as juniors, and Gareth was.
That one's up in the air towards the cow region. Oh, what a catch by! That looks like Riza Sali. The ball was in the air for quite a long time.
I don't think that's Riza.
And
Giggles.
No, Giggles is not that quick. That is Riza Sali.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He has a jersey on.
Great catch.
No offense to Giggles, but yeah. So Riza was more on the square leg boundary, and he had to run all the way to cow corner, and at full pace got to the ball and held on to it. So great catch, and that marks the end of Gareth Williams.
Well played. I don't know how much he scored though.
Yeah, we're just looking to see what the score is.
He was looking good, and I think United did well to get that wicket now, because he was looking to take on the bowlers.
So although the viewers can't appreciate it, the boundaries have been brought in, because the outfield is quite, let's say, lush to make it sound nicer.
Yeah.
So hitting boundaries along the ground will be very difficult. So despite that, and the lights taking to effect, it's not as bright as what it should be as yet, but Riza coming around quite speedily. According to his nickname, he's speedy, and he showed why, and took a great catch.
Yeah, I mean, Riza has always been known for his fitness. I mean, he's a environmentalist at heart, or a nature lover. I mean, he loves his hikes up the mountains, and he's always been a fit guy. So
played a lot of action cricket,
and you could see when he set off for that ball, I knew he was going to make it. I was actually hoping he would miss it, but that was just the Viking in me.
So that wickets to, was it Amjad that was
that
bowling?
brought Ruben Matthews to the crease.
That's punched. Oh, there's a misfield. That's the skipper, Shurai Buli.
I should have done better there.
Yeah. So Ridha, tonight you're going to expect a few WhatsApps and a few voice notes from Shurai Buli.
Definitely switching my phone off when we leave this ground. Not only from Shurai, because seeing that this match is streamed live, my phone's gonna be busy tonight.
Well, thankfully the stream wasn't on when you were batting.
Yeah, but still, they're gonna read the card.
So the new batter,
Ruben Matthews. Ruben Matthews is currently playing for either Delft or Blue Downs Cricket Club. He was also played for HH, and then initially I think he started at Raithby, came to HH, and then went back to Raithby, and then he's living in East River, so he's playing either in Blue Downs or for Delft Cricket Club, I think. Also a top order batsman, made the Boland Veterans over 40 team, so he can hold the bat.
Right, so he'll be facing the new bowler, which is it Giggles? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Giggles, yeah.
Halberg Josephs. So leg spin bowler. He's come back after I think 18 to 20 years of not playing cricket.
I remember Giggles, he was a good bowler, good cricketer. And by that first ball, you can see what I mean.
So he struggled in the first few games to try and find his rhythm again, but he's done a lot of work on practice. He was yesterday in the nets and really working hard and trying to be more consistent. And as you can see, he landed that in a decent area.
Ah, definitely. But over pitch that one, but there's a fielder, so no run, straight to the fielder, mid on.
The busy is Ziyad Desai. Very busy in the outfield. That one's a bit flatter and missed by the batter. Well taken by...
Do we know what the score is, EB? Just to give but the viewers can see the score, no?
Yeah, but it's nice to have the update. That one, the umpire lets that one go. A little bit short outside off, and the batter decides to leave. And the dot ball. So this is definitely going to be a low scoring game. So a score of 90 or more would be very... That's full toss outside the off.
Slips out, that's a wide, or what's it going to be? Umpi, wide?
Umpi called it a wide.
That was over wayside as well. Yeah, it's a no ball as well.
No, it's
is
not.
Is that it wrong? What's he pointing?
He's asking how many balls are there. Don't be so harsh, Rita.
It should have been a no ball, man.
No, there's no danger to the batsman. Oh, that's much better.
Well,
bit flatter, bit quicker, with nice amount of revs on that one. And the batsman just blocking.
Fakhri not doing a bad job here with his first over. He's bowled 4, and 3 of those balls have been consistently pitched in a good area.
Oh, and Mr.
by the captain again there, Mr. Bully.
What did you think of that piece of fielding?
I think it was a bit lazy. Going down with one hand. Should have, went to the manual there. Uncle Saini Abrams always used to say that no, you don't go with one hand. Those are for we don't want to be flashy. You do the basics right.
Long barrier,
yeah.
So not a bad over there by Fakhri Joseph. Very tidy over. One full toss that was called wide. But other than that, decent stuff. And end of another over for United. And I think it will be... Is it Amjad to continue from the stadium end?
Looks like him.
Yeah, and he will be bowling to Andre Beckett.
I think we've got to pick up the pace a bit near now. I think we're currently batting at probably 4 runs over, or 4 or 5 runs over.
Ooh,
good ball.
Great ball. Yeah, we were discussing early in the week in the league game around balls of that nature and in this format. yes, it's a good ball and you have to defend it. But is there a more positive way to defend to see if you can
Maybe
steal a
just
single?
steal a single, yeah.
Like that.
Like that, maybe angle the bat or just try to work it to the leg side or open the face to the offside. Fielders are quite deep, and with this outfield, I don't think it's going to get to them
Quickly.
so there's always a single available there.
And with the age group, not as mobile.
Exactly.
But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That one's fuller, and that's punched through just in front of the mid wicket, and that's mopped up on the boundary, and it's another single. So Amjad to continue from the stadium end. Oh, that's flashed, and it's past the keeper. It's racing down to the boundary, but once again,
This outfield, the winner. And they get two.
Yeah. Once again, Ziyad decided testing those hamstrings. He should take it easy. He's had one hamstring injury that kept him out of a few games. And following the game against Rondebosch on Wednesday, he felt his other hammy pulling tight. But yeah, he's still giving it. He's still giving it plenty in the outfield.
54 after?
59 and a half.
So we just got an update after 9. Oh, it could be a run out. Oh, if the throw was just a little better, it would have been the end of Ruben Matthews, but he survives. Misunderstanding between the batters. The outfield again playing its role. The ball just holding up in the long grass, and the fielder
I think
getting to it quicker than what he thought.
Ruben is one of the elder statesmen in the team, but he is one of the fittest guys in the team as well.
That can be a dangerous thing for the other guy.
Yeah.
Amjad in again, Fuller, and it's just jabbed out to Yasir Gabriels, who is fielding at shortish mid wicket. Yasir Gabriels, very experienced campaigner. His kids are playing senior cricket at this stage and representing United's first team, and he's giving it a go today, which is great to see.
So both these boys are playing in the first team.
I know Noor is playing, and his other son also played second team with when Shurey was still playing.
Okay.
But a sports family, sports crazy family, love their rugby, love their cricket. I played with Yasir as a junior, coming up into the seniors. A very good top order batsman, very stylish. That one is wide outside of full toss, and it's punched to the sweeper boundary. It's probably just a single. Yeah. Yusri, what was the score again?
53, so 56.
So 56 for 3.
After 10.
This
This is 11.
11th over.
So they're currently batting at about 5 runs and over. It's driven through covers. I think it should only be one. Gathered by Mr. Daman, who got my wicket.
Yeah, Daman is
good
one
bowling.
of the younger.
Brother of Ihsan Daman, the legendary Ihsan Daman, whom we all played with. En soos hulle sê in Afrikaans, is nie sy pa nie, maar hulle sê die appel val nie ver van die boom nie, nee. I mean, the father was also a great fast bowler, called Baby Daman. So it runs in the family.
And the other brother, Muhammad Daman.
Muhammad Daman as well. Plays for Primroses and for United. Yeah.
And Siraj Daman also played some cricket.
Driven well through cover, but I think it should be. I think what Ruben is trying to do is pushing hard on the first year and putting pressure on the fielders, which they should be doing. It's mistimed by Andre Beckett behind square on the leg side. I think the bowler got away with one there. So what field is he busy playing with? He's currently got a deep cover on the boundary. He's got a backward point also covering, no, sweeping the boundary there. He's got a boundary rider on long off and long on, and he had one mid wicket, as well as one behind square.
Yeah, quite a few boundary riders.
So that's 1, 2. I think point was just in the circle. So you allowed 5 out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and the power play, you allowed only 2 out.
2 out.
And
Yeah.
that's for the first 6 overs, for those who are listening and not au fait with the T20 format. And then following that, you allowed 5 on the boundary. And in this league, there's also the rule that you can have a 12th man, but that 12th man can actually substitute and do something, as opposed to before when they could only field. So if you are fielding, the guy can bowl, but if the 12th man comes on during the innings of the batting innings, and then he's allowed to bat and substitute for whoever was fielding, which is a good rule for this league. That one is punched through the mid-wicket region.
That's a good shot, but yet again, the boundary, the outfield does the job for the field, and it pulls up short, and they go through for 2 runs, which should have been a definite boundary.
Definitely should have been 4. But
I must be honest, coming here to the track, because I've been watching all United's games on live stream, and hearing the commentary of you and Anik every week, and it's just that was the one thing that stood out was this outfield.
Oh, that one is just short of Riza on the boundary, and that's also going to be
good
one.
shots, and then it was and then the outfield.
It's quite frustrating, yes, for not only the batters but
also
the
for
bowlers
the
and the fielding side as well.
Definitely.
You saw some of the shots hit in one direction and suddenly it takes a turn, and or chasing down a ball, losing your footing, missing the catch.
Yeah.
So
That ball just dropped down to 3rd man by Andre Beckett, and I'm not sure how much he's on, but he's probably into his 20s already. Should be. I think the plan from now going forward is probably Andre batting through, and
lovely shot down to the long off man.
the guys
and
coming
the
in,
single.
playing more the aggressive role. Andre is not known over the years to be a big hitter of the ball, like a slugger. He's a more classical batsman, so you'll see he'll play cuts and pulls, but never airborne.
That's an easy single. All the fielders on the offside are quite deep on the ring, and conceding the single. I'm not sure what the tactic is to be so deep, because the outfield itself is going to help out. So you might as well cut down the single, because today it's not going to be, it's up in the air.
Single is valuable. That's going to land safely.
Again.
Hopefully.
Ooh.
Oops. That's just what you spoke
I
about
spoke
earlier.
about that earlier. The fielder just overrunning and losing his footing, almost like he got stuck in the grass, and the ball passed him. So singles are going to determine what the target's going to be and how much the opposition needs to score. And if we can cut down the singles, and I'm being so unbiased by saying we, but let's say United Cricket Club can cut down the singles, it will be less of a target for them to chase.
I was just gonna say now. I was following United's journey now in this West League, and one thing that stood out was what you and Anik always called out or identified in their batting, whether they're chasing or batting first, is that they never turned the ones into twos, and they never pushed. Put the pressure on the fielders to get that single, to make the single a 2.
Oh, that one is chopped. Sorry, Rida. It's going to this point boundary.
Again, the boundary of the outfield is the winner.
Again, Riza Saleh doing great work, chasing that. He's on the wideish. What position
Backward
is that? Back. Yeah, I don't know if it's backward point or a wide
Wideish
third man. But he ran
it's
towards the point region and cut that off.
Oh,
that's short.
That's gone.
No. Swept to the short fine leg for a single. I thought that would have been gone, but he must time that one. I don't
think
think
he swept it, no?
Yeah, he didn't hit it too well. Yeah, look, it is something that the team is working on.
And I think
there
fitness-
wasn't a pre-season
Yeah.
to speak about, and at this age you need to obviously work on your fitness. So it's improved. The guys are hitting the gym. They're doing the hard yards, and I thought in the last game we ran much better between the wickets. Especially
I was watching your game. I'm talking specifically the home games with the outfield being so slow.
Yeah.
But we'll see this evening if it has improved.
I'm excited to see your bowling attack. There's some experienced campaigners in the attack.
This is a quite tricky wicket to bat on. I'm not making any excuses. I mean, I was beaten hands down by the bowler. But if you look at how the batters are batting, it's quite difficult because the short ball, if it's short, it's slow, it sits up, so you've got to, to get the time the ball is difficult. And the ones that you do time get caught up in the outfield. So it's, like you said, it's frustrating for the batters, but I think
it's a lovely
the
shot.
two of them have been batting for quite some time, especially Andre Beckett. So I think they should be able to work out something now and to accumulate more runs and to push the run rate up a bit.
So that's the end of a decent over.
12th over?
Should be the 12th over.
13. It was 12. It was 11 here. So it is 12. It's 13th. I think it's 13 finished. And the score should be around about 60 odd? 70?
We're just trying to get the live score. Oh, you don't have it. Reading glasses. Yeah, so the lights are taking effect. It's not the brightest, but it's playable. United don't have any tearaway fast bowlers in their side. I think Damon is the quicker of the bowlers in the side.
Is that still Amjad bowling?
Nope. Is that Yasser Imran? No.
No, I didn't see Asad Imran this evening at the...
No, he was. Yeah, he was.
Wasn't in the cloakroom. I'm not too sure what that is.
Oh, that one's a bit of a long hop. And that is cut to the point who couldn't stop the single.
So Ruben Matthews and Andre Beckett have got a little partnership going here.
That one is cut again, but this time
Out to the
more in front of
sweeper.
square. And
Was that
single.
captain? No? Ahmad Kriel?
Nope.
Playing a kissing game here.
Let's go for another.
This looks like nice of mine.
And that one is jabbed down back to the bowler. The keeper gathers it. Oh, and he cannot hit the stumps. And they're coming through for two. No.
No.
They send him back.
Oh, that would have been suicidal.
It won't be there. Do you have the link for the stream?
That's on YouTube.
That one is coming down to the very fine leg region, and they come through for one.
What's the score now? We can't see it. We don't see it online. We don't know this one, is it?
That was played down to backward point. And Beckett runs through for another single. The score right now is, Ibrahim?
No, the score is not updating.
Okay, so we've got a little problem with the frog box score being updated.
Usually, don't you want to get who's sitting by the scorers? If they got a phone number, you want to send me their number. Or give you the number, you send it to me, and I can WhatsApp them. So apologies to the viewers. There's no score updates on the feed itself, but we will get the score for you very soon.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Albani. We've been blessed by the company of Mr. James Albani, yeah? Seasoned cricketer, veteran. He's got an extensive cricket CV in the Boland and Griqualand West area. Mr. James Albani, how are you doing, sir? And how are you finding the cricket so far?
It's good to be back, hey? It's, if I think back, it's almost 30 years. I've been here in 1986 when it was still a athletics track. But it's good, I feel at home.
You are more than welcome here at United Cricket Club. Somebody of your caliber is always welcome. I had a chat with Ridar Rode earlier today just to run through some of the players, and when he sent me a WhatsApp around what you achieved in cricket, I had to click the read more button because it was quite an extensive list. So you mentioned 1986, Poland and SA schools?
Yeah, who could think that will happen to a platteland boykie like me? I'm coming from Toes River. We had an amazing coach there, Moos Nicholas and Clyde Sass. And through their inspiration, we were at one stage, 3 boys then made it to the SA school side, myself, Sidney Lowe and Devin January.
Wow.
So I'm really humbled and privileged by their input.
Great stuff. So just for the viewers, we've got Fakhri Joseph would continue from the Cape Town end. There's just a bit of a delay waiting for the batter to get ready. Yeah, so he will continue with his leggies while we chat to one of our legends, Mr. James Albani. That was a little bit wide outside off, and it's just jabbed down to the wideish or the short third man region for a single. And then he mentioned something about Satisa. I wasn't sure what that was. Could you maybe enlighten us? What?
Remember prior 1994 we were on 2 sides, the non-racial side and then the white side. I played on the non-racial side, and in my first year the Tertiary Institutions Board in the South African Tertiary Institution Sports Association, and we played under that banner, under the SACOS banner, and that's when I made the side. Back then we had all the colleges, you had Athlon, and you mentioned all, basically UWC played against them.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm learning. I was 7 years old at the time in 86, so I wouldn't have been aware of
almost a baby boomer.
And Fakhri coming in, that one bit straighter, but quicker, and the batsman just jabbing it down the ground for no run. And he mentioned under 1987.
Yo, guys.
So just this one cracked towards the hospital over the mid-wicket region for a huge 6, and a welcome boundary here, because the outfield being as slow as it is, they really need to up the run rate, and that will do the run rate quite a load of good. We're still chatting to James Albani. He's talking about the under 19 days in 1987.
Yeah, that was an amazing year. That was the year when actually Hassanova met Ali Bagher, and we played at Strandfontein. There's a couple of names that you will recall: Mohammed Musaji, Andre Falioun, Nizam Ladi, Andre van Oortsan, and Quentin Logenstein, Shafiq Abrams, Shukri Abrams. Those were the guys who were playing there, and it was amazing. And we were touted as the future of South Africa. That future never realized for some of us, but it was remarkable. The sad part was that after I returned, after 30 years to Sandfontein, it looked exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly, nothing changed.
Yeah. That's I think that's one of the things that, I mean, when I speak to a lot of older players as well, they say that there were quite a few promises made in terms of development and developing cricket and developing the areas, but it hasn't transpired as what was promised, and it's something that needs to really be worked on. But following that, in the under 21 era of your career,
As I said, tonight is like homecoming.
Mm.
Western Province under 21. Once again, Adnan Meyer, Andre Viljoen, Logan Stein, Solomons. That was the team I played with, and I made my debut in the bowl competition. So it was my very, very first senior cricket team. So from Toes River to the city, it's an amazing journey for me in itself.
So that's Yasser Emran continuing from the stadium end. I think it was called the Noble, and this is a free hit. And is it Andre Beckett that's facing this?
That's him, Andre.
So we'll just have a look. Free hits are always exciting. In comes the bowler, Fuller. It's up in the air. It's going. Even if he catches that, it won't count. And it only goes for the single. Yeah, so that was in 86 and 89?
87.
86,
yeah, 87 up to 89. My first day at university. At that time I was doing social work for the at the university.
That one is cracked. That is a huge six going towards the nets here at the Greenpoint track, just to the side of the side screen. A massive hit, and that is none other than, is that
Ruben
Matthews?
Alias Chip.
Ruben Matthews with a huge hit for six, and the bowler doesn't look too happy, Mr. Albani.
But it's part of the game, eh? If batters are not allowed to hit sixes, then surely bowlers won't be allowed to bowl wickets and stumps or get catches.
It's all part of the game. Part of the game. Let's just see this next delivery. So after hitting that huge six, bowler comes in. That's a full toss, and it is hit over the short fine leg, and another boundary. This time a 4
and a no ball.
Was that the full toss?
No ball, yeah.
Another no ball and another free hit. And the spectators, obviously Viking supporters, are excited.
Yeah.
And the bowlers especially, because they're getting more runs to bowl at.
No, everyone is just setting up a game here. It was not competitive until this over now. So thank you, Mr. Emran. Make it at least look like a proper game.
Now we were chatting earlier. The outfield, you're gonna have to run to earn your runs, or you're gonna have to clear the fence.
But as I said, conditions are the same for both teams. No excuses.
Yeah.
So it's who is using the opportunity and the conditions best.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just chatting to one of the legends, James Albani, and we've been going through his CV, but not just his own. He's giving us the tales of many other legends who he's played along, and that has contributed to cricket. And the current score, 102 for 4. There's about 4 overs remaining. This over is still continuing as we speak with, it is Yasser Emran bowling. Yeah. That one, batsman running down the track and knocking it down to the long on boundary for a single. And then you represented South Africa at university level as well. Tell us about that experience.
After I've completed my first degree, my mom passed on, and I went back to university. So I started studying at Stellenbosch, and that's where I got into the university team and in the New Democratic South Africa. And as from my first year onwards, every year I played South African universities. Back then it was first the universities, then you played against the colleges. So, and then when you make that team, it's a students team. Back then we played with the Kuti Needling and the Kuti Needling, and some other oaks. But it was amazing, making new friends, seeing the other side of South Africa, and experience the type and quality of fields we've been denied of.
Mhm.
But it was an amazing journey with those guys, and I can still link up with some of these oaks in the university oaks. A name that comes to mind, it's Hamilton Masakatsa from Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
Mpumelelo Mabangwa,
Mhm.
and our brilliant and excellent captain Andre Volstead from Free State.
Mhm.
So that was amazing. Even
Oh, that sounds like a great experience. And as you said, the game, we play hard, you play tough, but the friendships last a lifetime.
exactly,
So that one, I think is that Ahmed
Why?
bowling?
yeah.
So it's Ahmed Kriel bowling from the Cape Town end. His first delivery was a wide down leg. 1996, Boland Country Districts. Remember those days?
Yeah. Okay. Now, prior to that, I actually played for the South African Zone 6 team.
That one is punched down the ground. The fielder coming around. Obviously, the outfield slowing that down, but they come through for two. These two guys look quite fit for over 40
Yeah,
years.
JP's in his 40s, and Andre still plays indoor cricket, so he's reasonably fit.
So you were mentioning?
Yeah, I played SA Zone 6. We lost against Zimbabwe in that year, 96. And then I come back to play Boland countrysides. It was because of the league in which I played then. But during my tenure at Martis, I actually played Boland seniors, the A side.
Okay.
And debuted against Eastern Province. The
Like-
famous, infamous Kepler Vessels
Yeah.
and his team.
Sure, that was a star-studded Eastern Province team.
Definitely.
Was it the time of like Mark Rashmia and those guys, or was it a
Tim
bit
Shaw,
later?
Aldine Baptiste,
Baptiste.
these oaks. I must share this with the audience. I went into bed, and as Baptiste ran up, he tried to bowl full, came through the covers, and then he started bowling short.
He wasn't happy.
Not at all. Every ball short, I was standing on the toes of the square leg umpire. And he then asked me in a chirp, "Is this a flippant circus?" And I said, "Then you're the ringmaster, probably." It was amazing time.
You mentioned Shafiq Abrams. The man standing next to me is Ayub Abrams, a cousin of Shafiq. Also played representative cricket for EP back in the day. Yeah, and then now we're in the veterans era. And you seem to be enjoying your cricket still. You've also played representative vets cricket. Tell us a bit about your experiences. And
Yeah, it was deliberately planned. One of my mentors said, he said that these kids couldn't see him, and I wanted to correct that situation by allowing my
that one's a bit short, and it's played to the mid-wicket boundary, and it's cut off by the fielder, and they settle for two.
better than Manchester United there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to continue, and my wife actually went through all this difficulty looking for the contact person of the vets, and eventually I got in. And prior to that, we formed the Boland thingy, of which I was the vice chairperson, the Boland Veterans Association. We took part, we won the plate, and then I made it into the South African side. We played the African tournament, and then after which I was selected into the South African World Cup. But it was good to play again with Louis Kuhn, whom I played with in Boland. And the first time to see Ellen Dawson play, and good to meet up with Mario Solomons again.
Yeah.
And most oaks from Eastern Province, those guys, Lieutenant Keke. And my good friend of 30 years, Grant Johnson. I couldn't believe that we were the same age, because when I met him in 1986, I was thinking, this 10-year-old is a nuisance, he's all over. In the meantime, we kind of the same age. But I still am amazed with what we have reached with veterans. But for me, veterans was a more higher thing. It was the time to give back to society.
Yeah.
Knowledge, your experience, your everything. So I'm just using the game as a vehicle to get into the sponsorships to ensure that our young kids coming up have access to opportunities, have access to the resources they require to make a success out of it, and then play that mentoring role. So I'm gonna hang around for some time here with the veterans, just to ensure and to bring that over to our veterans. Listen here, we had our time, we had a good time. Not the best of times, but a good time. It's time to transfer the baton.
Absolutely.
And the young ones must run with it.
Absolutely.
So you'll see me for a couple of more years, maybe.
I don't want to expose you now, but I watched you bowl playing for Rondebosch, and you were still coming through. So people told me you were playing over 50s. Is that true?
It is true. I'm actually 56.
I can't believe it.
You know what? My mentor, whom we had serious conversations with, Omar Henry, because he played on the other side. And
just to update the viewers, it's Riza Sali, brought back from the stadium end, and he is bowling to Andre Beckett, who is still at the crease and playing really good innings.
So Omar played on both sides, and it was a challenge where people named these people and so forth. But throughout my career, he was supporting us in terms of sending stuff from Scotland, the county beds and pads, and that helped us. It really enabled us to play South African schools and move on from there. So it's quite a tricky situation, these politics and things like that. But what I'm looking for in people nowadays is the ability to care and the ability to respect each other.
Absolutely. So Riza comes in, that's down the leg side and taken nicely by the keeper. Unfortunately, it's a wide, and that's another single to the score.
Not to mention your bowler, Mr. Knipe. Oh, amazing left arm. It just seems that guys fade in the second spell. I wonder whether it's age kicking in.
No, he's an excellent left armer. He's come back after a few seasons out with a bad shoulder injury. He had some surgery.
Okay.
And that was his first game back after quite a long time.
That's amazing. So I'm looking forward to see him pulled up to the over 50s veteran squad in the Western Province.
He made he was invited to play with the over 40s. I think it was the invitational side, like the SAB side in a way. And he played Western Province. Did well, but unfortunately he got that shoulder injury that really kept him out of the game. That's Riza again, but Fuller. Oh, there's a misunderstanding. But they skittle through for a run.
But I do believe Mr. Knipe will make it this year. It's national year for the interprovincial tournament for the over 40s this year. And they have a title to defend. They're world champs in the over 40s league. So they need to defend their title.
Yeah, they did really well in the. I think it was Ashwell Prince who was the captain of the over 40s provincial side.
Yeah, he pulled out. Early on, he then went on to play with the legends.
Oh, that's a lovely shot, but the outfield. That should have been a 4 on any other outfield. Unfortunately, it's 2. But I'm telling you, these two batters running hard between the wickets. It's each 2 that they run is equivalent to a boundary.
Is it?
Because United's fitness, we're still working on that side.
But I'm impressed with Mr. Matthews. Is running.
That's again down leg side and keeping the fielding side out for extra ball.
As I said, they're keeping us in the game. They know their standard. It's probably a 150 or 160. And they want to play to the standard.
You mentioned about giving back. Are you do you do any coaching or mentoring of your on your own?
Yeah, I've got a dual role. Within my workspace, I do a skills training, and that's where I roll out mentoring and mentorship programs. But apart from that, we are part of the distribution of sanitary towels to ladies in sport. We have a partnership with SPAR. So next year, March, we'll receive our donation. Last year we distributed more 250 boxes. That's over 3,000 sanitary towels. And then I'm doing myself and Omar Ennis in a new NPC. We're doing coaching and life skills development, and we try to assist with administrative support in clubs and societies where they require that. Coupled with that, I have a big interest in neurodiverse kids and adults, because I think those are the neglected part of our society.
Oh, it sounds like excellent work. So that one, a little bit short,
It's out.
and is taken in the mid-wicket area, and that is the end of Ruben Matthews. So Ruben Matthews, excellent partnership with Andre Beckett, and look, it's coming to that stage where you have to go for every ball. They've got quite a few wickets still in the shed, so they can afford to go for it. Go big or go home, as they say. But he definitely contributed well to the innings of the Vikings.
Indeed.
Now, it sounds like excellent work. I mean, people will think, oh, what has sanitary towels got to do with anything? But we take it for granted that people have these commodities that we probably have. But it really impacts on our young women. And their self-esteem and their position in society, a simple thing of that nature. And and you'd be surprised how a small token of that nature can raise the level of our young women and give them the confidence to strive for better.
Exactly. If I don't have to worry about sanitary towels, maybe mom can buy an extra liter of milk in the house, or I'll be present in all my lessons at school.
Exactly.
Not missing school. And we're grateful towards SPAR that came along and assisted us. But we want to branch out and eventually look at our kids. Have you noticed how weak our women's cricket is in certain sectors? So we need to get in there and give that support, restoring pride. And
Yeah, but what I love, what you mentioned earlier, is that the mentoring is obviously more than just cricket. Because cricket won't be the livelihood of 99.9% of our people, and I'm sure part of the mentoring is life skills, and part of it is probably education, career pathing, advice around that. And
yes, definitely. And the world has opened up. How many IPL leagues do we have?
So that's Damun back into the attack. Nasif Damun. He bowled a lively first spell, and he's coming in now towards the end.
So that's been a 19 over now.
Yeah. So he's the son of Baby Damun.
My word.
Yeah. And as we speak about his legendary dad, the Castles, the batsman, and the Zing Bales flying. And that is the end of the new batter. I'm not too sure who he
Jakes
was.
Gabriels.
Gabriels. So that's the end of Gabriels. Obviously, towards the end of the innings now, there's no regard for your own wicket and for your own stats. It's about the team. And Gabriels gave it a good swipe, unfortunately losing his wicket. And that's the end of Gabriels, who, he was also, I'm just looking at he was also quite active as a junior. Gabriels. He was picked to the Boland under 13 side, and represented Newtons as well as Space Boner, and but I think he's more known for his bowling. I believe he's a spinner, and according to what Ridaz told me, he's quite a useful spinner, but he could also hold the bat. But unfortunately, coming to the end of the innings, he had to just give it a go.
Yeah, but the other thing that was demonstrated, the Baby Daman's son demonstrated the legacy and the importance of a name behind you. And that's what we need to reaffirm, the foundation for our kids and our future.
Yeah.
And show a bit of of the skills. Some youngsters copying it. I'm very impressed with your youngsters here. All the nets were full tonight.
We were reminiscing about us in our younger days. So the nets used to be where the side screen is. And on a Friday, coming to practice, this place was full. the outfield was full with the fielding practice. The nets were full. Each age group had 3 or 4 teams.
Sure.
Obviously, with time and the schools even opening up, our kids, accessing other schools now and playing cricket at school. So the junior cricket has lost quite a bit in numbers, but we still have teams in various age groups, and the club is really trying their best to keep junior cricket alive.
That's good. That's good. What do you propose that we won't have the glory days, but we'll have the experience now to recreate some quality, because I do believe the quality throughout South Africa went down.
Yeah.
And we need to get the message up and the quality with it.
Yeah, the game has changed. Club cricket in particular has changed, but also our kids have more options in terms of sport. So cricket, rugby, soccer, those were the core sports, and that's what kids were doing. Nowadays, I mean, even at these traditional sporting schools, the number of teams that they have has also gone down, because kids have other options now that they get involved in. I think in terms of community cricket, perhaps we will have to amalgamate certain clubs in certain areas to support each other and create a focus and a concentrated sporting environment. There are a lot of communities where there are maybe multiple clubs that can maybe join forces. I'm not too sure. That's just off the top of my head. And then resources as well. In terms of quality fields, quality training facilities, those are also things we need to look at. So Riza Sali back in the attack. It's a left-hander facing, and that's just a single. Thomas Smith from Helderberg Cricket Club.
Yeah.
He was also he also represented Boland in the bits.
Over 40s.
Okay. I'm assuming he's a bowler.
Good all-rounder. On the topic of amalgamation, this thing wasn't me always. Why can't we tune with the richer schools, where there's facilities, and we go all about?
It's an excellent shot. Sorry to cut you off there, but once again, they're going for 2. Fielder coming around and cleaning up.
Whereby we utilize the resources, not abusing, maximize the utilization of resources at some of these top schools, so that people can learn more and reinvest. The other thing is the pipeline. I have a concern of this pipeline of CSA, because club cricket, when last was a proper club cricketer selected to play at provincial level? It's all about these school kids with no experience,
straight
no
out of
knowledge,
school,
no experience how hard the game can be, no experience in terms of conditions that's not so good as it used to be at their facility, and that's my concern. What about those late bloomers and those outside of the schooling system?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why we're working with neurodiverse. Just a small explanation. It's people whose thinking is a bit different than us. Autism, and all
that's
those.
Full toss by Riza. It's crunched to the mid-wicket area, but well fielded, and they cut it down to a single.
Yeah.
You continue?
Kids that do not conform to the normal norms of society, but are excellent at sporting. They're not that well in academics, or they might have other type of skills. They're good in arts and so forth. And then we omit them. And that is a big concern to me.
That's another single to the mid-wicket area. It's a shy at the stumps, and it's missed, but great fielding by the skipper Shurai Buli, who's gonna have to come in and do a job today.
Shurai is again there. Dear.
You bowled to him earlier in the week. And what did you make of his innings?
Listen here, he mastered it well. Got through the initial part where the ball was still seaming around, and he set up a nice platform for his team. Unfortunately, we had another bowler was up to the task.
So that is the end of the innings of Helderberg, and apologies, we don't have a live score. The scorers are quite a distance away, but we will obviously update you. Yusri, do you have a score update? Do you mind just getting quickly? So initially a slow start by the Vikings. Conditions not easy with the new ball up front, but excellent partnership led by Andre Beckett, and he was ably supported by Quentin Bauman and Ruben Matthews. And I think a competitive score has been put on the scoreboard with a challenging outfield, and we know the quality of bowling that Helderberg possesses, so United have a task at hand. And I'd just like to thank the legend that I've spoken to here today, James Albani, who gave not just a little bit of insight into his career, but the players he's played with, the quality that our communities have developed and have exposed along the way, and also his insights into the game as it stands. And I'd like to thank you, and perhaps in the next innings. Oh, but you'll be fielding. So we will be commenting on your bowling and criticizing. No, we won't be. We look forward to seeing you operate, and take it easy on our guys.
No, thank you. I'm privileged and humbled, and I don't know whether I'm in good shape, but I'm going to give it my best.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All the best. Keep well. And we will see you after the innings break. Thank you.
Very please.
Right, and welcome back to Greenpoint Track. After the innings break, it's the chance of United veterans to try and chase down the target set by the Halberg Vikings. And to open the bowling for the Vikings is the experienced James Albani, who I had the privilege of having a chat with just prior to the end of the Vikings innings. He is a right arm swing bowler who can make the ball talk, and it will be a challenge for the openers to get him away. Oh, that ball is full, nearly yorked Ziad Desai, and yeah, that ball trickles down to the fine third man boundary for a single. So Ziad Desai opening the batting, along with his captain Shurey Bully, who is in a rich vein of form. He has scored in the Veterans League games 3 50s in a row, 2 of them not out after opening the batting, so his role being the sheet anchor in the team. Excellent ball, well defended by Shurey Bully. Okay. So the light's taking full effect. That one's a bit shorter down the leg, and the wide signalled by the umpire. I'm joined for this innings by an old friend of mine. We used to ply our trade here as under 10 and under 12 players, Yusri Bihadin. Yusri?
Assalamu alaikum. I don't know, is this working?
Yeah. Oh, that's an excellent drive. Over the top. Unfortunately, the ball held up.
The field playing its role again.
So, Yusri, you had a look at the innings of the Vikings. Your summary of matters?
It was actually, we United started off quite well. Taking a couple of wickets quite early, and then a bit of a partnership that grew, and they put on a reasonably good score. It's going to be a little bit difficult to chase this one under the lights. An unsuccessful appeal there, but looked like he got outside of the line.
Yeah, so it's the end of a quite eventful over. A few shots being played, a few good balls, and steady start by the United openers.
I'm actually quite impressed by the lights. I thought it was pointing in the wrong direction, but it's actually giving quite a bit of light there.
Yeah, so these lights pointing down towards the ground as opposed to across the ground. So for the viewers, just to describe, on either side of the ground, on the leg, let's say the leg and the offside, there are 3 pylons, and then towards the end of the grounds there's 2 pylons as well. So decent light. Obviously it won't be suited for like a first team game or first class game, but I think it's ably suited for junior cricket, probably under 10, under 12, under 13, under 15, not under 19, because you get some very quick bowlers. And then probably for the veterans, it's fine. Not many tearaway fast bowlers. Oh, that one is full. Ziad punching it through the offside. They're thinking of 2, but good fielding in the outfield. The other bowler, the opening bowler's name? It's Ghasant Moller. He is bowling from the stadium end, and he will be keen to do a good job against the inform Shuray Bully.
He's coming off 250s, isn't he? The last couple of games.
Three.
350s. Wow.
Ooh, and that's edged past the first slip. Unfortunately for Shuray, it just held up in the outfield, and it's limited them to the single, which probably would have been a boundary on any other outfield. So quite a bit of movement by Moller. I've been led to believe that he swings the ball quite prodigiously, and he had a nickname of Snakes on the Plane. And that one is snaking towards the boundary. Will it get to the fence?
It does.
Yes! And it's the first boundary for United Cricket Club. And it was well timed. As we said, the outfield, not the greatest, so the timing had to be good. And Ziad Desai punching it through the vacant point area, just in front of square, for 4.
I think that was the first boundary that was actually on the ground.
So the Vikings skipper telling that guy on the boundary to just stay there. So we got somebody on the sweeper boundary now. And the fine leg's been brought in.
Ooh,
That one also
beat it
swinging
outside.
away. Beat the outside edge of Ziad Desai.
Hassan Moller getting some big swing here and some movement off the deck. But the two openers are doing a good job thus far. Shuray Bully and Ziad Desai. Expensive straight drive for no run. Shuray Bully. That's the end of the second over. And the score is 4-2, probably.
So apologies once again. The scorecard not being updated on the app.
New bowler, Ruben Matthews.
Right, so James Albani just getting the 1 over from the Cape Town end.
Right
And
arm,
immediately
medium.
The captain ringing the changes. Bit of background on this bowler. Right arm over.
Right arm, yeah, medium pacer, right arm over. Ruben bowls a decent medium seamer. He's a very experienced campaigner. I think Ruben is I think he turned 50 this year. And he's been playing first team cricket for quite some time, probably about 30 or 35 years already. I think he started playing first team cricket when he was 15 or 16 years old. He also made the Boland over 40 veteran squad.
I think he was involved in a nice partnership as well.
Yeah, he had a partnership with Andre
With
Beckett.
Beckett.
What did Beckett end up with?
We'll definitely get a summary of the scores in due time.
Oh, well bowled. But an in-swing there from Matthews. But Ziad Desai just keeping that one out.
Oh, that was hoiked to to the mid-wicket region, but a good stop by the fielder, and he kept the scoreboard down to 0 added. Quite an agricultural shot by Ziad. He's looking to up the ante. Once again, he whips it through just wide of the mid-on fielder. And once again, 4 runs.
Yeah, Desai timing the ball brilliantly on a deck that is very difficult to play on, and I think he's making it look easy.
So in the midweek game against Rondebosch, he and Shuray were involved in a very good opening stand. And one thing about his leg side play in particular, he's quite strong off his legs, times it really well. And it didn't look like he even hit that ball too hard, but it raced to the boundary, which tells me his timing is quite good. Interesting change in the bowling. Albani didn't bowl a bad over, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Albani probably prefers bowling from a stadium in.
Okay.
I think Ruben Matthews just bowling it a bit too full, and with his in-swing, it's making it easy for the batsman to just clip it down to the leg side boundary. Maybe he should just think about pulling his length back a bit.
That's
and it
even
goes
fuller.
Full.
It's a full toss, and the fielder not seeing it. Thankfully, the outfield helping him, and they come through for 2. So yeah, as we said, the light's not the greatest, but it's playable, and we should also think of the fielders picking the ball up slightly late, and
It is a bit difficult for them to pick it up, but it's not too bad.
Lovely shot through the covers.
Well bowled, well played,
Well fielded.
good cricket.
I don't know how many of these players would have played under lights before.
I was just gonna mention that I don't think a lot of these players are used to playing under lights. So it could be a bit tricky,
But exciting. I mean,
but exciting
yeah,
at the same time. Yeah,
you can go home and say, hey, we played under lights. It's,
definitely.
and this is the first, this is the first veterans game being played under lights. So
Yeah, it's I think we're making history tonight. I think this is the first of many friendly matches between the two franchises. We've got this little girl here at the cricket match, and are you enjoying the cricket, my baby?
Yes. Everything.
Okay.
what did your daddy score?
How much did daddy score?
What did he score?
Holiday.
How much did daddy score?
Say holiday to school.
How did Rida score the duck? Yes.
Okay.
Shop and day.
Yes. She's enjoying the cricket along with it's a nice crowd gathered here at Greenpoint Track this evening. Got a lot of ex-players and a lot of youngsters as well.
And there's a few from other clubs as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Some players from Ottomans, some from Hanover Park.
Veteran cricket has really taken off. I think in the last year or two, especially with players being rewarded with provincial colours and national colours, and also with outgoing tours and incoming tours.
That is
good hit.
Smack to the cover boundary, but just with a single. Yeah, you're right, Rida. It's given older players a new lease of life.
Exactly.
To do what they love.
And you know what? When COVID hit and the drought hit, a lot of these players, that were in the twilight of their careers, playing, 15 to 20 odd years of cricket season, good
He
ball.
wraps it on the pads, but no appeal. It's probably going down
Like
late.
you said, yeah, it's giving them a new lease of life, and a lot of them are enjoying it, including myself. I think the Western Province Vets play on a Wednesday afternoon, and in Poland we play Friday afternoons.
Oh, it's whipped through the leg side again, and
misfielded, and I go through for the single.
so just give us a rundown for those who are not familiar with the setup in the Boland Vets. How many teams are involved, and how often do you guys play?
I'm actually quite new to the Boland setup. This is my first season playing, but I think
Is it quite competitive?
very competitive, and there's quite a number of ex Springbok rugby players
Oh, that one has crashed through the
playing
side straight to the
veteran
field.
cricket, including the likes of Louis Kuhn, played flyer for the Springboks. And for kicker.
The rugby Louis Kuhn. There was a cricketer
there was a
Louis
cricketer
Kuhn
for Eastern Province as well, Louis Kuhn. So Louis Kuhn, I think he also made the Boland over 40 veteran team. So we play Friday afternoons at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And that is why I actually joined them, because I played one season for United Vets, and the Wednesday afternoons was a bit tough for me, with my work. Rushing through from the Helderberg area to town to play on a Wednesday afternoon, and don't think my boss wasn't having that, taking me off on a Wednesday. And
you had to come a bit later, and it's not nice.
It's not nice to rock up at the field and maybe half an hour late, and 6 to 10 hours have been bowled. So Friday afternoon suit me much better. But it's really been nice, and it's something to look forward to at the end of the week. You've got a long, stressful week at work, and then you're looking forward to this game just to relax and come out and have fun and enjoy yourself.
Is that the same bowler?
Still Ruben bowling. Well driven down to mid-on. Batters thinking of another two, but they decide against it.
And the Vikings obviously made up of players from various clubs. The other clubs involved that you've played against, is it similar, or are they from established clubs in the region?
Yeah, at the moment, the team is made up of clubs from the Helderberg area, which include Hottentots Holland Cricket Club, Helderberg Cricket Club. That's well driven for no run. Strand Cricket Club, as well as Makassar Cricket Club. And then we've got some players from Stellenbosch. I think
we have some people in front of the side screen. Just
the manager of United Veterans cruising past the side screen here. Mr. Rida Desai cruising past the side screen while his brother is batting.
And he's bowled.
Oh, and his Shurai Bull is bowled.
I'm not sure if it was an inside edge.
Ruben Matthews.
And he's going to blame the manager for crossing the side.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, he's going to blame the manager. We've got the manager of the Halberg Vikings coming across here, and I think I'm going to ask Ibrahim Kriel to have a couple of words with him. Mr. Chris Roos, who is the manager of the Vikings and also a seasoned umpire in the Western Province Cricket League, and I believe he's also sits on the Western Province Cricket Umpires Association. And we're going to welcome Mr. Chris Roos, the chairman of the Halberg Vikings and also umpire of the Western Province Cricket Association's Umpires Association. Mr. Chris Roos, I'm going to hand over to you. Ibrahim Kriel has some questions for you. Thank you.
So as Chris settles in, there was a fall of wicket. Shurai Bully, the captain, falling to a good ball. I'm not sure if it was the inside edge, but the zing bales flying, and that was the end of that opening stand. And the new batter, it looks like, is that Fahmi Sassman?
20-1.
Yeah.
They're working on the scoreboard.
Ibrahim.
So it's 20-1, and Sassman is at the crease, and he joins Ziad Desai, who's on the non-striker.
Also funny known as Wild Bill.
Wild Bill Kluti.
Wild Bill.
Let's just see this delivery, and that was outside off. So welcome, Chris. It's good to meet you, and I believe you're the manager of this Vikings team. And how have you found the day thus far?
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran Ibrahim for this opportunity. Yes, you can say I'm the chairman, the manager and the owner of the Vikings.
Uh-huh.
And we play currently in the Boran Veteran League, which we have 5 teams. We play on a Friday afternoon. And this is like we make a historical moment tonight. After United invited us to play the first time ever a veteran game under lights in the Western Province. That had been previously hosted in the Wanderers in Johannesburg, but this is the first time we do it under lights in the Western Cape. And so far, I would say easily there's about 150 to 200 people. So far it looks good, and our boys thoroughly enjoy the evening so far. Thank you very much.
No, that's great, man, and it's great to partner up with our neighbouring, let's say, part of the province. We've always had great battles with the likes of HH and the teams from that region. Currently, United is in the same league as Northern Southern, so there is a relationship we have with them. But we've also played along with quite a few of the players, so it's great to have you guys here. I had a discussion with James Albani earlier, and learning about his exploits within cricket and his experiences. And I spoke to Rita as well, and he mentions that yes, you are involved with the Vikings, but your role in cricket is in umpiring.
That's quite correct. I've been umpiring since 1999 at the age of 17. If the listeners could remember the late Roddy Palaski, who taught me umpiring and way back in 1999.
It's a good delivery. Yeah.
So I qualified myself as umpire. I did play cricket for the first team for a while in my school, which is Hoërskoolstrand, where also a former Western Province and South Africa fast bowler all around the Yaku Castle's coming from.
Okay.
And it was my senior at school, so I decided one day just to hang up the boots and I want to become scoring. And my first team coach asked me, why didn't you become umpire? I said, no man, that's just an old man job, because you remember guys like Rudy Kurtzen, Cyril Mitchley, Carl Liebenberg, the late Wolf Diedrichs,
Barry Lamson.
Barry Lamson is still on the circuit these days as a match referee. But then I decided, okay, let me try it. And look where I am today, 26 seasons later.
So, how old were you when you took up umpiring?
17 years old.
17
and you count 26, and January I'm turning 43 only. So I can play vets cricket, but I'm not interested to play. I enjoy the more administrative way. As you can see, I'm the manager, like I said earlier on. And I'm still in the umpiring circuit. I've been umpiring the last 16 years in the Premier League. And I'm currently an executive member of the Western Province Cricket Umpire Association.
Excellent. So, yeah, cricket, we always focus on the players, the bowlers, the batters. But there's a lot to cricket. There's coaching, there's umpiring, there's scoring, and then there's the administrative side of managing. So, yeah, it all contributes to the game, and we must be thankful for all those involved in keeping the standards up and keeping the game alive. Any notable memories that you have in your umpiring days? Levels that you've umpired, maybe interesting games or incidents that you can recall?
After 25 seasons, like I say, this is my season 26. There's so many things to remember. But I got 3 ones that stand out for me. At the age of 21, I was the youngest umpire ever to stand a provincial match at Newlands, Western Province under 19 against Boland under 19.
Oh, wow.
And, that was huge for me that time.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is more about, receive to be named in the Hall of Fame by the OCAF South Africa under leadership of Michael Collier, who's currently now also hosting the OCAF tournament, the 100 balls at Primrose Cricket Club. I was the first Christian guy to ever receive that award, and that's for me a huge honor, And then the third one is to umpire in the over 40 World Cup, where I was umpire for 8 games, and the final I was third umpire, been asked to do duties for umpire, and that will come to my heart because it's my age group. 40 plus is my age group, and there's a lot of guys I know over the years, and they grew up with me in the same time, and that is the 3 big ones stand out, and I thank 3 people for that. It's my family, first of all, who support me through thick and thin for that. Every day they support me. The almighty man above in the heavens. And my role model, the late Ronnie Pelasco, which I never got a game to stand with. And unfortunately he passed away about 3 years ago.
Okay. No, that's excellent. And just to update, quite a tidy over here by the bowler from the city end, keeping the scoreboard down, and United struggling a bit to get the scoreboard ticking, but it's good bowling here under these conditions. Another great delivery, very full, very straight, and edged past the wideish point area, and the fielder cutting it down to just a single. You mentioned the Hall of Fame and OCAF, and you said it's one of your highlights. Can you expand a little bit about that? I've never heard personally about those, the Hall of Fame, and why it meant such a lot to you.
First of all, like I say, OCAF is a non-profitable organization. It goes.
Oh, it's lovely. Lovely shot aerially over towards the long off region, but the outfield holding it up, and it's still 2 runs.
It's a non-profitable organization, like I mentioned, and they there to enhance any sport to the youngsters of today, who doesn't have the facilities to play among each other. You have teams like Tigerberg, which is not in the Ravensmead area. They're struggling. You got a team from Stellenbosch, and they recognize that guys, to play one another in December holidays, when they can't go away on holiday, for example. And the Hall of Fame stand out for me, like I say, first Christian guy to receive it, and they honored me for my contribution to cricket over the last 20 odd years. And I was very proud of it, and it's, like I said, it stand out as one of my highlights. And I'm umpiring next week OCAF. They asked me to come back into OCAF, even though I'm actually, if you go to Hall of Fame, you actually retire. So then I said, but I'm also retired after you gave me the Hall of Fame. They said, no, you're still far away from retirement. You must come umpire for us still. So next week I'm still going to umpire 3 days of OCAF.
I'm sure you will be honored to be there and wanting to contribute still. So yeah, I'm sure you're looking forward to that. And just back to the cricket. In the new over, there was just a ball played to the point region, backward of point, and the captain now moving that guy a little bit deeper behind square, and there's another point. So yeah, not too sure what to call that field position, but in comes the bowler, wide outside off, a little bit too wide, and the umpire calling a wide, and that adds another single to the score. In terms of your umpiring now, apart from OCAF, you still involved and still going strong, or you looking to call it a day and be more on the administrative side of things?
I got hit the other day by a ball by accident. The ball was deflected from the batsman into the bowler, into my thigh, and I was crampling on the ground, and it was sore. And then the batsman and the bowler ran towards me, and they said to me, Mr. Ruiz, are you okay? I said, listen, I'm not dead yet. You're going to carry me off the field yet, We're going to have my janaza on the field, but so far I'm not dead yet. So at the moment, I still enjoy my game.
Mhm.
I always say if I don't enjoy the game or my health deteriorates in any way, it doesn't help. You're going to umpire and one doesn't cancel the other one out.
Yeah.
So at this moment, I still enjoy myself.
Mhm.
So yeah, I will carry strong on. Tomorrow is the big game for me. Example, you take a Premier League game tomorrow, Belleville versus Western Province. There's 2 points difference between the two.
Oh.
That's my league game for tomorrow. So I saw Belleville, Western Province team.
That one is just smashed through the mid-wicket area. Well timed by Ziad Desai. And it's 4 runs to United. So, so carry on. That seems to be a very important game.
Very much so. We're reaching this point of time in league cricket, almost halfway because Monday is in conclusion of the first half of the season. Then we have a 3-week break.
Mhm.
So Western Province team, I saw already guys like Carl Simmons is going to play,
Mhm.
John James, Kyle Klein who play for Netherlands.
Mhm.
They're quite loaded. I haven't seen the Belleville team yet. I haven't been on, to be honest with you. I watch always the teams who posted on Facebook how the teams look like.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet. But again, Belleville surprised the umpires this year. To be honest with you, Belleville about 3 seasons ago, they were point of relegated,
Mhm.
And I always say, if you want to make a successful cricket club, you always have to start at home.
Mhm.
Charity start at home. You must bring your guys up from your own field team
Yeah.
to produce the goods. And
Yeah.
that's how you can produce.
Of course. Yeah, and then the loyalty will just carry itself through the club and obviously keep the club going. Any up-and-coming umpires that you've seen on the circuit and that you think big things will come of?
Yes, I can tell you something. I'm very proud to say this year Western Province Cricket Association got 3 umpires onto the emerging panel of Cricket South Africa, which they umpire games like Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Border, Eastern Province. Guys like Willem Nel.
Mhm.
You have like Waldo Latergan. And the second ever female to get duty on a national circuit. Third lady from us, Stacey Lekay, which is a former South African wicketkeeper and bowler.
Yes, I remember.
So she make also a name now. That's good for us, because the game goes on with ladies.
Mhm.
And the game is not even more the men's game. You take it, our ladies make it twice to the final in the T20 World Cup. Okay, we haven't won once. But, eventually, the game will carry on. We'll be dead already a long time ago, but the game carry on.
Yeah.
And the ladies are there for us also. And the ladies inspire us to maybe the next T20 World Cup, we win the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. Even at United, there's been ladies cricket for quite a few seasons. It's something that we're really proud of. And it's a struggle for the ladies, first of all, to fill a team. And when we do have a team, we really support them and try to just give them cricket so that they can love the game, grow to love it. We're not wanting them to maybe reach for too higher honors, just love the game first and the rest will follow. But it was great having a chat to you, learning about the umpiring circuit, something that we always see umpires as the villains. But to be honest, a lot of the guys who have played first team cricket, especially over the years, have grown to know the umpires. They appreciate what they do. There's always banter with the umpires and the players, as I'm sure you are aware of. And we really appreciate all the efforts that you guys do and the sacrifices you make.
Shukran Ibrahim, it was a pleasure to have me here. I thank you very much once again. And I will say to everyone, thank you very much. And we will come back to United in the nearby future.
Definitely. We will extend that invite for definite. And thanks for the chat.
Shukran.
Have fun. So that was a lovely chat that I had with the manager of the Vikings, a seasoned umpire on the circuit, and I'm sure everybody listening who has played, especially the first team cricket, would know the surname Roos. So I'm rejoined by Yusri Biardin. Yusri, and score update, please. We've been chatting away here.
No, I don't actually have a score update because Noor and the score is actually working on getting it updated on the stream. So I'm just waiting for them to give me confirmation that it's actually up.
Apologies for that. We Nou hele lekker chat. We just Ridho, we just trying to get the score.
The score.
Yusri's gonna try and get the score for us. But yeah, the Vikings bowling really well, restricting the score.
And Zia Desai looking pretty solid. I mean, he's got some. I mean, that one shot he played through between the cover and point boundary, off the back foot, on the up, pure timing. Fahmi Sessman struggling to get the pace of the wicket a bit here.
I was just going to say he's been struggling to, as Ziad was he's timing it really well. Fahmi just struggling a little bit.
I think this is a wicket that if you're not getting the timing right and you're gonna hit with sheer force, it's gonna be difficult. But really some good bowling by Ruben Matthews.
He loves bowling that fuller Yorker.
Always on the money. Always in business.
So in terms of the rest of the bowlers that could possibly come into play, can you give us insight into some of them?
I think Jacques Gabriels, hailing from Stellenbosch, Spes Bouna Cricket Club. Bowls some off spin. He could probably be brought into the attack. And then we've got Thomas. What is Thomas's surname now? No, Thomas.
What does he bowl?
He bowls left arm.
Oh, yes.
Left arm seam.
He came into bat, he was also left arm bat.
Thomas Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Good left arm seam bowler. Bowls, line and length, medium pace, but also has been playing the game for long. Hails from Helderberg Cricket Club, just off the end too, opposite Gordon High School.
Also represented
Boland over 40 veterans. So
this is a left armour coming on now. I'm not sure if it is him.
Let me see. Just get my specs on here.
Brille and Brille.
Brille and Brille.
So Ziad Desai facing the new bowler.
Let me see. I think this is. Yes.
Oh, and he smacks it through the cover region, but the outfield just helping it.
I think this is Thomas Smith bowling. Could be Thomas, or it could be Marlon as well.
I think you need to visit Siraj Sali in the stands there. He's optometrist. And jy sukkel nou.
Hassan Muller, the skipper, going after that one. Fahmi Sessman having a hoik to mid wicket, missing it, and ricocheted off the pads to backward of square.
39 for 1.
Oh, that was in the air.
What a great attempt.
Above the head of the point fielder, he parried it up in the air and tried to go at it again, but unfortunately it dropped onto the ground and the batsmen were through for 1. Oh, that's a good delivery. That jagged back. And
the score at the moment is 40 for 1. That's the wicket of Shuray Booley, the captain. After, I think this is, they're busy with the 8th over. They started the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think this is the 8th over. Wow. Well bowled, good length.
Oh, it's a bit of a misfield. Do you run on the misfield? Yes, they did, and it's safely through.
Captain
for the
Hassan Muller misfielding there. Guy struggling a bit with the lights. 129, 130.
Yeah, so for the viewers out there, apologies that the score is not updating, but the Vikings batted first. They scored 129 in their allotted overs, and United chasing the target of 130, and that stopped on the boundary.
Sure.
I think the man on cow thought it was coming straight to him, but it was actually going to the man at the square leg boundary, and he got a bit of a fright.
Again, Ziad Desai timing the ball brilliantly.
So the target of 130, and after 8 overs, United is around 56, 57.
No, 42.
Oh, 40, sorry.
42 for 1, so they're batting at 5 runs and over. I think at this moment they've got to up the ante a bit.
Yeah.
And as I've been following United veterans for the last couple of matches, last couple of, I'd say 2 to 3 months. And one thing that they've come up short is they get good starts, but they fail to, especially in the middle section of the game,
to accelerate
the innings, getting off. I mean, last week they got off to a brilliant start, 70 for no wicket, 70 for 1, and then that middle patch, overs 9 to 12, 9 to 14, is where they are not capitalizing or not upping the run rate.
Yeah, it's definitely something that has been observed, and here's another left arm.
This is Thomas Smith. So this is Thomas Smith, and I think the other bowler is Marlon. What's Marlon's surname? Marlon Peterson. Yeah. So the Vikings are operating with 2 left arm seamers, one from the stadium end and one from the city end. Brilliantly played by Ziad Desai through the covers. Fielder gathers, Ibrahim Khafildin.
Yeah, so United's got a good batting lineup, but more suited probably for the 40 over, 45 over game in terms of the skills, not having quite a number of big hitters. So that is one of the Achilles heels of the team. But be that as it may, they've accumulated quite a bit of runs in the recent few games, which shows that they can score. And you're right, if they can just work on that acceleration, and that's going to take, if you're not going to hit the big boundaries, you're going to have to run the 2s, and difficult to run 3s in this league, but the singles and the 2s.
Definitely.
And then obviously in practice try and work on seeing who can hit those bigger balls.
Well struck by Sasman through the covers, but just for a single, not getting the timing that he wanted. Again, Ziad Desai making batting look easy on this wicket, as most of the batsmen this evening has struggled. I'd say with the exception of Andre Beckett and maybe Ruben Matthews as well, who had good knocks.
So that's a wide on the leg side.
I'm trying to see now who are the other bowlers. So we've got
Albani still got quite a few overs left.
I think Albani's got 2 left.
No, I think he only bowled 1 over.
I bowled one on. He started the innings on the side.
Yeah.
And he bowled another
Did he bowl
one.
another one?
Bowled another one on the from the stadium end.
Oh, that one across the right hander. So he's
Thomas
really
Smith moving the ball away from Desai.
The previous one he it cut into the batsman and it went down leg.
Yeah.
And this one he just angled across the batter and flirting with that outside edge. So nice battle here at the Greenpoint track between bat and ball. Ziad Desai, the established batsman, and that he just works it to the leg side, but
No run. The
No
square
run.
leg fielder pounces on that one. Good bowling, Thomas. So as things stand at the moment, we've got 10 overs bowled, 9 overs bowled, if I'm not mistaken, and the score should be around about 50. So United going at a pace of about 5.5 runs to the over. And I think Mr. Sasman and Mr. Desai, I think they've just got to shift gears and maybe try to look to get the ball to the boundary, and also maybe put some more pressure on the fielders by running the first one hard and turning the ones into twos and the twos into threes.
Look, as we said, it was recognised that is a weakness in inverted commas of this United team. So what better than a friendly game on a Friday night under lights to say, let's see if we're able to.
If we can.
That one is smeared down the ground, but just for a single.
Yeah, I think they've. I mean, especially with them having 9 wickets in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think either both of them or one of them should, throw the kitchen sink at it and just give it a go.
And there's some improvisation by Ziad Desa, and he's showing what needs to be done. He stepped across to the offside.
I can't see the ball, Mr. Hafieldin.
Made it into a full toss and whacked it over the short, fine legs head, and it went to the boundary for 4.
And that's the one thing that the captain actually stressed to his teammates of the Vikings tonight, that full tosses, that's a definite no-go.
Mm-hmm.
So full tosses is going to be a free hit. Yes.
And he steps across and he wakes this up in the air, but it's safe. And it's coming towards Ibrahim Khafieldin, who is fielding on the wideish fine leg. And they come through for 2. So 2 taken.
I want to do.
And we've got a little princess here at the field. Are you enjoying the cricket?
Yes.
What is her name?
Who did you come to watch this evening?
Mara.
And that is trying to improvise again, but missing. And the keeper did well.
Guys, who did you come support this evening?
Vikings.
The Vikings?
Yes.
Okay, and what is your name? What is your name?
Mohammed Maxim.
And what is your name?
Abdurrahman.
And what is your name?
And that's a 6! That one is taken from outside off. He rocked onto one leg and he whipped it through the mid-wicket region, over the boundary, into the stand.
Brilliant shot by Ziad Desai. Really the standout batter this evening. Timing the ball from ball 1 on a very difficult wicket. And also what he's doing well is he's putting away the bad ball. But I'm not sure if that ball was too bad. What was that? A full toss or was it pitched outside off stump?
He went in. So we were just chatting about it, that they need to use this as an opportunity to see what they are capable of doing in terms of improvising, in terms of making the play and not allowing the bowlers to settle. And he did just that. He stepped across to the offside and worked the ball onto the leg side for the previous boundary. And then with this one, also going onto his knee and whipping it from outside off over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. So
brilliant.
Really impressed by
Brilliant shot by Ziad Desai.
And hopefully, I don't know what Fahmi's role is, but if I were him, I'd get a single and stand on the non-strikers end and allow Ziad to take control.
I'd agree with you 100%. Or I'd throw the kitchen sink at it. No, definitely, I think it's a no-brainer that, with 9 wickets in hand and the run rate that is hovering at 8 or 9 runs to the over, they should be going after the bowling.
But as we said, Sassman not timing it well, so
Giving
doing the right thing. Not wasting any balls. Yeah.
Brilliantly.
The timing. And that's excellent running between the wickets by
I think
Ziad and Fahmi.
excellent running, but I think the fielder also made that one into a two.
I don't know what happened there.
I think he lost the ball somewhere. Or he got caught up in the outfield.
Oh, so the batters really complementing each other now, going for the twos to give Ziad strike, and he's facing again, and this time, what happened?
Mistimed that one. Valiant effort there at the short mid wicket.
Was that the dive? I don't know if he tried to avoid the ball or try and stop the ball. I wasn't too sure.
I'm not too sure what happened there.
But anyway, the ball struck him and he stopped it, and no run.
No run was scored. So dot balls at this stage of the innings, very crucial and vital for the fielding side.
That's goud.
It's goud, yeah. It's like a golden nugget.
But Desai up to the challenge. He's going to give it his all.
He's definitely looking the part here tonight, eh?
Looked like a slower one. It also kept a bit low. I'm not sure if it was the pace that made it low.
I agree with this fellow in the crowd that was shouting, hit the ball. You were doing that very well, Ziad Desai, this whole evening. I'm not too sure about these nudges down to third man.
The keeper making a few changes in the outfield. Asking the guy on the square leg boundary to go a little bit more round towards the mid-wicket area. In comes the bowler.
Swing and a miss. And
so this is the stage of the innings where each dot ball just compounds for the batting side. And this game is so quick. 20 over games are so quick that once you reach the fourth ball and you haven't hit a boundary, it puts an enormous amount of pressure onto the batters.
A lot of pressure on the batters. Well bowled, Thomas Smith.
This is a brilliant length, excellent line, and acknowledged by Ziad Desai as he fist bumps the bowler to say well bowled. Even with his timing today, couldn't get near to those last two deliveries, and I think that over belonged to the Vikings.
Now we're just waiting on confirmation from the scorers, because I think there's a
glitch,
bit of a technical glitch with the Sprug box system. But we'll get you the score in a short moment.
Ridha, just on the first team cricket side, Hottentots Island, I know it's obviously a club close to your heart. How they've been faring this season so far?
Yeah, they've got an up and down season. I think they're currently occupying seventh or eighth spot on the log. I've been to most of their games and they've been doing pretty well, and they're losing games that they should be winning. I mean, if you score 200 plus in this league, you should be winning the games.
Can you give me some water?
The bowler?
Let me just get my specs on here.
Is that the skipper? No.
Yeah, that's the skipper, Hassan Muller.
Okay.
Coming back for his third, or was it his final over of the game?
And that's missed by the keeper, and they scurry through for a bye, and getting Ziad Desai back on strike.
Which is the right thing to do. I really think now at this moment in time that Fahmi Sessman should really try to improvise, and even if it's a good ball, try to make it a bad ball. try to maybe. Oh, and it's like
Timing.
bread and butter for Ziad Desai.
Full toss once again.
And he puts it away through to the mid-wicket boundary. And Ziad is steadily cruising on and keeping United in this game, in the fight. Must say it was a poor ball from the bowler. I think Ziad Desai appealing there to the umpire for no ball above waist height. I'm not sure what the umpire decided there.
Nope. It's
Please, we're talking now. Don't make a noise.
I'm not playing.
Don't make a noise, please.
I'm gonna play, Nana.
There's water there by this side. Hey? Yeah, there.
Come on, Chief.
Yeah.
Come on, Chief.
and it's another full toss.
Go on, mommy. Go on,
At
mommy.
this time,
Go on, mommy.
they were.
Overs? Okay. So we've just got a score update for you guys. It's 68 for 1 after 14th over being bowled. So this is the 14th over being bowled, and Fahmi Sesman is playing and missing, and I think he should really be trying something different. Maybe trying to paddle the ball or swing at it or do something, or just get back to ball. If not the boundary, get this on strike. Yeah, so that's the end of the 14th over. So we've got 36 balls left, and they're chasing 130. So if my math is correct, that's 32. So we've got 62 runs off 36 balls.
It's your maths.
No?
12 runs and over.
That's 12 runs and over.
So quite a daunting task ahead of the United batters, but
I think if Ziad Desai hits a couple of boundaries, and I mean we've seen he's capable of doing it. And right now he's the main man for United veterans.
I must say this left arm seamer.
He's up to the task.
Yeah,
up for the challenge.
He wasn't that easy to get away.
Yeah.
And to score 12 runs to the over.
Ah, well
Ooh.
struck.
Unfortunately, it's going to go for the single.
Ibrahim Gafielding doing the fielding on the cover boundary. Yeah, local legend. He played for started cricket at Hottentot Holland Cricket Club way back. Played with Almarhum Yunus Thomas. Allah grant him and all the deceased cricketers of the past, Jannat al-Firdaus. And Ibrahim Gafielding also played for Primroses Cricket Club and as well as United.
Yeah.
And Ibrahim Gafielding, Yunus Thomas, Ismail Biadin, a lot of those famous cricketers, if not for the apartheid system, would have definitely been in the Proteas side.
Oh, and Fahmi
Sesman finally getting hold of one.
And Ziad Desai just turning that one into 2 with some good running between the wickets. He must be tired at this stage, having been at the crease since the commencement of this innings.
So he's been batting for probably about an hour and a half.
And still showing a lot of energy.
Nah, definitely.
So hopefully that will be a catalyst for Sasman to keep getting bat on ball.
Thomas into Sesman, misses it.
Oh,
keeper misses it, and the outfield stops the ball.
Sasman nearly being run out on the at the bowler's end. The keeper flinging it, and I'm not sure if he was aware that the ball was coming. And if that had hit, it would have been interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
So despite the frenetic start to this over with quite a few runs being run, we're still not close to what is
Yeah,
required.
United need boundaries. Simply put.
That is a good appeal.
Good appeal. Umpire saying it's going down or hitting outside the line.
The zinc bells are flying. Was he run out? No.
Is this the same umpire or who is this? Is it Chris?
The umpire's got a jacket on. I think it's the same. So not too many balls left in this over, and United desperately looking for a boundary or two.
Yeah, definitely 129 on this wicket.
Crunch down the ground, but
For no run.
I think it was just the sound of the bat.
I think Fahmi Sasman really had to take that single because to put the pressure on the fielder, and also to get.
Oh, it's another over.
Oh, it's the end of the over. So okay, I think I assume he was thinking he's going to keep Ziadis on strike. Just give him the benefit of the doubt there.
That's a benefit.
Yeah, so the score right now is 80 after 15 overs. So we've got 30 balls, and United have to score 50 runs to win.
So 50 of 30,
So we're
which
looking
tells
10
you
runs, exactly 10 runs to the over.
yeah. So definitely boundaries needed. Lots of wickets in the tank.
We need 2 boundaries per over. Ziad Desai is currently on 49, not out. We'd love him to get his 50. And also try to take this attack to the Halberg Vikings bowlers.
Yeah, I think he deserves that milestone.
He deserves
Not
it.
just for today, but for his efforts during the season. He was troubled by injury and was out for a few games. He was really disappointed by that, but showed good form in all the games that he's played in. And yeah, he's actually been a pillar in the batting lineup of United, along with the skipper Shuray Budi.
Definitely.
And he's going over cow. It's up in the air. The fielder settles under it.
Oh, he drops it.
He's dropped it.
And that's 50 up for Ziad Desai, and they scamper through for another single for the overthrow.
And the crowd, huge applause. The entire Desai clan.
Uncle Enver Desai jumping out of his seat here and applauding his second eldest son.
Second.
Is Rida the eldest? Second eldest son, Ziad Desai. Brilliant knock.
And it tickles that down to the...
I think the bowler is Jacques Gabriels, if I'm not mistaken.
The crowd calling for Sasman to give it a go.
Sasman looking over his shoulder towards the crowd. Majority of them, the Desai clan. Uncle Enver being very vocal. The manager, Rida Desai. On Sassie's case. Come on, the Wild Bull. Fahmi Sasman, fondly known as Wild Bull, for his big wakes to mid-wicket.
That was a wide. And he nudges that pass point. Got a hand to it, but it's still going to be 2. And Sasman getting 2 runs. Fahmi was looking forward to facing you today, Mr. Rode.
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't been doing a lot of bowling these days.
I'm sure if he called you out, you'd ask the skipper to...
I would definitely have asked the skipper to have a bowl.
And just by your view, in that battle,
I
Who
think
would have come out victorious?
definitely I would have come up on top.
Oh, that's cracked.
Oh, it's cracked.
Through the offside.
Oh,
fielder
and the
dived.
outfield does the job again. Takes the pace off the ball, and the fielder just gobbles it up and gets it in, and Sassman's through for 2 runs. And United need boundaries.
It's unlucky there for Fahmi Sassman. That was a good shot. On
Good
any
shot.
other field, it would have been 4.
Good intent, middled it. Oh, I think that's the better option. Get inside the line and hoik it over to the mid-wicket boundary or to the square boundary.
Yeah, his partner showed him what it's. Oh, and he cuts again. I don't think anybody's seen the ball.
Nobody's seen that ball. The backward point, still looking for the ball, and both of them missed, and the outfield wins again.
And
3 runs.
They threw for 3.
Oh.
So just to describe, I'm not sure if it's showing on the screen, but the batsman playing it down to the fine leg region, but the ball held up.
Now third man.
Third man region. The ball held up halfway towards the boundary. The 2 fielders looking at each other, not knowing where the ball was.
And short third man in point.
And even when they approached the ball, they couldn't seem to find it. And the batsman scurried through for 3 runs, and taking a well-deserved water break after running those 3. Especially Ziad Desai, who's been there since the beginning of this inning.
Yeah, and just an appeal to the city of Cape Town. Please, guys, can you get your mowers out here on time? We've battled today with this outfield, and I think the last couple of Vets games we've battled this outfield because the batters aren't getting value for their shots, man.
Yeah, I'm sure the mowers will be out before tomorrow's.
I think the mower, as we're speaking, the mower is being pulled or just offloaded there on the bucky. As we see, the bucky's got his reverse lights on for the trailer there. Mm-hmm. They've just offloaded the mower there.
Just a few hours too late.
Yeah, a few hours too late.
Anyway, the players taking a bit of a water break. I'm sure Ziad Desai would appreciate that. Fahmi Sassman coming into his own a bit towards the end now, and he really needs to up the ante.
It's actually a shame that the Greenpoint track. I mean, this is an iconic cricket ground in if you look at the history of Western Province cricket and cricket before unity, the Western Province Cricket Board played their cricket. This was their home field, and before this, it was I think Rocklands. A lot of the cricket was played at Rocklands and Mitchell's Plain, and Greenpoint Cricket Track was always, it's a renowned cricket field. I mean, it was. I remember as a junior I started here with you, Ibrahim, in the early 90s, coming to practice at the track. I mean, watching these guys like.
Oh, it's a no ball.
So that'll be a free hit.
And Ziad Desai will be facing the free hit.
Yeah. And United back in the day always had an international player. I know back in the day they were sponsored by Merway Motors when I started, and they always had a West Indian in there. And if I could mention a few names, Alison Johnson comes to mind. Murphy, what's his Murphy's name? Adrian Murphy. I remember coming to the into the track, and you see Adrian Murphy in the nets with the shorts, no helmet, no shirt, gold chain, and whacking the bowlers into the hospital out of the nets. And these youngsters, quick pace bowlers coming in to bowl at him, and he just whacked him into the nets.
91 after 16.
And the score, we just got the info here. Score is 91 after 16 overs. So we've got 4 overs left, 24 balls, and we've got 40 runs.
There's the free hit. Oh, lovely shot.
Oh,
good stop.
Good stop there.
He's a besige mannetjie. Who's that?
I think that's Gareth Williams. Or is it Marlon Peterson?
The left armer.
Or is it Thomas? Hey. I think I
prescription
I
must
think
be,
I think I,
up-to-date.
I need to visit Specsavers. Oh, well bowled.
Oh, a bit of hesitation by Ziad Desai, but he goes through.
They stroll through for the single. And we need boundaries, guys. We definitely need boundaries. So there's 22 balls left. And they need 37 runs.
You know, 2 or 3 boundaries will just relieve the immense enormity of the pressure that's on them, because singles is just not doing it. Oh, beautiful ball. Beautiful delivery. He's been bowling really well.
Thomas
He's
Smith
been
getting
troubling.
the prize scalp of Ziad Desai, who tries to play it down to mid wicket or square boundary. Okay. Are you enjoying the cricket, little girl?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you coming to support this evening? Your daddy?
Yes. Yes.
What is your name?
I did.
Right, so that is the end of a great innings by Ziad Desai. Really entertained the crowd. Also kept up with what was needed by United, trying to up the ante and
kept him
keeping
in the
them
fight.
game.
Yeah, kept him in the fight. Definitely kept him in the fight. And I've really, since last week, Wednesday past, I was watching his innings against Rondebosch, playing against a good attack on a good wicket, and he was timing the ball from ball 1. And this evening he showed us again on a tricky wicket. It just looks like he was playing on a different strip than some of the other batters.
Yeah, his timing was superb. And up to the wicket goes number 66. But difficult for us to see who that is.
It looks like Nadim Marcus, the wicketkeeper.
He looked quite good behind the sticks.
Yeah. Who did he play for? I'm not too familiar with Nadim Marcus.
He's new to the Vets team. He's a wicketkeeper batsman, quite useful batter.
Yeah. Played for?
Very good behind the stumps. And
37 of 21.
That's what you did.
Well struck, and they're pushing for 2, but the fielder gathers the ball and they'll settle for 1, and they need 36 of 20 balls.
That's doable. And they need to do what Nadim Marcus tried to do there. He just came in and said, I'm going to
they've got 8 wickets in hand.
Got nothing to lose
So
besides the game.
they've got to go for the boundaries. Oh, what a ball by Thomas Smith. Cutting Sasman in half.
Follow through to boot.
Chirping him a bit there. Telling him to open his eyes and get back to ball. Nadim Marcus having a word with Sasman, telling him...
What will be the nature of those words? What kind of character is the bowler?
I think Thomas is quite... he's not a very chirpy guy. He's not one to chirp bowlers, but I think he'll probably just give him a little bit of friendly banter.
Okay.
But definitely, I could see him signal him to maybe open his eyes there while he's playing the shot. So we've got 35 of 18 balls. So that's basically almost 12 runs to the over. Nogal skerp, né?
Skerp, ja.
Ja, en vir die mense daar in die Boland wat ook vanaand na die wedstryd kyk hierso, ons speel hier op Groenpunt Stadion. Dis 'n interessante wedstryd tussen United veterane en Helderberg Vikings. Ek sit hier met my goeie vriend Ibrahim Kreel, Dr. Ibrahim Kreel en meneer Yusri Biadin. En as ons na die veld kyk, ons het 'n hele paar grensryers. En dis die bowler James Albani wat instoom. En Nadim Marcus moker hom vir 'n 6 en hy hou die United veterane in hierdie wedstryd. En ek dink Nadim Marcus moes 'n bietjie vroeër na die paadjie gekom het, want hy wys sy staal met die kolfies of vir ons.
So al twee
goeie
spanne,
temperament.
Ja. Al twee spanne gelaai met ervaring, maar
definitief.
Hier kom Albani met die meeste ervaring en hy
bowl 'n volbal en hy word hier na middebaan gemoker. En dis Ruben Matthews wat die bal die veldwerk doen daarso en hy kry hom in na meneer Albani.
So perhaps the batters would appreciate the extra pace as well.
Definitely.
Onto the ball, onto the bat, sorry.
Fahmi Sasman, you've got to go big, son. Oh, he gets under that one. Unfortunately, one bounce to the fielder.
As Marcus back on strike and he's come in with one.
Just want to check with our score here, Yusri. What are we looking at now? 27 or 14 balls.
Oh, good delivery by...
Delivery, played down to long off. Good fielding done there, and he gets the ball into James Albani. 26 of 13. This game is getting interesting. At one stage, I was looking that the Vikings were cruising, but Mr. Marcus with that 6. Oh, well bowled, Albani.
Oh, he's given him.
Oh, and the slow finger of death is lifted by the umpire.
I didn't do anything.
Unfortunate for Fahmi Sasman. It's all happening here at Greenpoint. The loss of Fahmi Sasman at the critical stage of the innings for United. And as he trudges off, he has a word with the incoming batter, probably advising him on what's happening in terms of the pitch and the bowler. Right, so with 2 overs to go, 27 runs needed of 2 overs.
27 of 12.
The tall order. Boundaries are not easy to come by. And in comes, we're just checking who's the batter.
Ibrahim Kreel, so what are we looking at now? 27 of 12?
Yeah.
So that's basically 13.5 runs to the over?
Yeah. 2 overs to go. And I think with Marcus, Nadim Marcus at the crease,
things could get interesting.
Yeah, he's definitely looking.
United definitely in with a chance with Marcus at the wicket. And
while you were babysitting there, it was a LPW.
Sorry.
Whoa, and a wild swing there by Nadim.
Who's the new batter that's in? Is that Marcus facing?
Yeah.
And the new batter in? good shout, batsman swing across the line. I think umpire just nodding that it's going down leg side.
Rita, who's this bowler?
This is Jacques Gabriels, I think. If I'm not mistaken, yes, off-break bowler. Hails from Spitsbone and Stellenbosch.
It's up in the air. This could be another wicket. Oh, he's dropped him. So that one was spooned up into the air, and the player at cover didn't have to move an inch. The ball was high in the dark sky.
I think Ruben Matthews is definitely struggling to see this orange ball in this light. In the defense of the fielding side, it is difficult to pick up this ball in this light. The light is not too bad, but as we said before, it is a bit difficult if you're not used to playing under lights.
So the color of the ball and the background of the dark sky not helping. Oh, that just tempted hit through the covers. Yes, misunderstanding. Should have gone to the bowler's end.
Good fielding, but a bad throw. I think he threw to the wrong side, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Definitely should have gone to the bowler side. What are we standing on now, Isri?
So Shafiq Jada, I think he's affectionately known as Booty.
2 balls left.
And that ball was
2 of 8.
crunched through the covers. Oh, it's a huge hoik.
Oh,
it's taken.
And Yazid Dakhia takes a brilliant catch on the mid-wicket boundary to get rid of Nadeem Marcus. And United in a spot of bother here with the score on 22 of 7 balls.
Nothing wrong with the light there.
Nothing wrong with the light there. Yazid Dakhia hasn't been in the game. He's has made a vital contribution to that catch.
Yeah.
And it's Nadeem Marcus who gave it his all and played a good knock. Who's out?
Yeah,
Marcus. And new batsman entering is
Yasir Gabriels, the veteran of
the
veterans.
veteran Yasin Gabriels. Yasir Gabriels. And let's see if he can make his sons proud. Sons who play for the first team of United Cricket Club in the first team in the 1A, the first division.
So not a man renowned for big hitting, very classical batsman, but I'm sure with his knowledge of the game, he knows that there's no need for class.
Yeah, there's no need for class now.
24 needed.
I think the word village comes to mind.
So 24 needed of 7 balls, tall order.
We're talking 3 runs a ball. If we want to be technical, 3.18 runs per ball. Ibrahim Kriel, I'm missing my friend Anik Abrams this evening, man. Anik, shout out to you.
That should be a wide.
Was that a wide?
Yeah. So 22 of 7.
Are you watching the cricket, little lady?
Yes.
Okay. Are you having a good time?
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's
so
lovely.
the left-handed Judah is batting now, and yeah, he also showed some good intent coming in.
Yes.
He knows what is needed, and let's see if he can execute.
Oh, good ball from Gabriel's following. Who's that batting there? The lefty? Judah.
Shafiq
Shafiq
Judah.
Judah,
I don't know when last he has played.
I think he's more known for his rugby,
Mhm.
playing for Scotchcliff Warmers. Played fly off.
But I think he's a
Good.
long time retired.
Yeah, good rugby player in his day. Um, good sportsman. So this brings to mind the 22 runs. Brings to mind the South Africa's entry into the World Cup, where the Duckworth Lewis method knocked him out of the World Cup semis, where they had to score 22 of one ball, if I'm not mistaken. This game isn't over until the fat lady sings, so
Come on,
anything
Yasin.
can happen.
Come on! Children running in front of the side screen.
Mr.
Won't-
Gabriels, that's not going to help Mr. Gabriels at all. Chasing the birds. I hope that's one of my sons.
Probably is.
Oh, nothing but zing bling Bales and Mr. James Albani with his last over takes Mr. Gabriels out of his misery, and United need 22 of 5 balls. Enter Mr.
Is that Ahmed?
No. Is Faris playing?
Mm-hmm. Is it not Yasser? No?
Yeah, he's not playing. That looks very familiar, that stride and that stroke he played now, but I just can't get to the name.
Difficult to see.
Looks like a classical batsman, and that's not what's needed now. I think he should have been practicing the week over cow.
If I may use an Afrikaans saying, ek dink die
Koel is deur die kerk. Ja. Koel is deur die kerk, ja.
Unless he can hit the first one for the 6 of Albani.
Oh, and the slow finger of death is raised, and Mr. Albani is standing on a hat-trick.
En daar is nog 'n koel.
Nog 'n koel, ek dink dit was 'n hollow point. Mr. Albani, great bowling.
Pitch that one up.
Definitely, and Mr. James Albani is on a hat-trick for the first time this season. Season campaigner. Is that a royal duck?
King of Kings.
King of Kings. Yeah. One thing that can be said is this game was played in a very good spirit, and I mean that's what the game of cricket is about. In fact, any sport, it's to build bridges and build friendships, lifelong friendships. And yes, inside the oval, the game is played like some of our elders would say back in Strand. We speel 'n game in die knop in die keel. Trane in die oë, byle in die hand. But at the moment we walk off this field, I'll embrace you and we share a drink or a bit of acne or a bit of butter chicken together. I know Mr. Drida Desai has mentioned something that after the game we're going to be spoiled with some butter chicken. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, coming back to this, the building friendships and relationships, and I think that's one thing that we should carry over and encourage our youth and our youngsters to do, is that yes, you can play the game. We play the game hard. You play to win. Nobody plays to lose. But always the game of cricket must be the winner, and lasting friendships must be built.
Absolutely. And I think today was one of those days where I definitely learnt a bit more about cricket from
Boland region and some of the players and umpires and administrators, and I think that's also important.
Definitely.
But at hand, it's Riza Sali facing the hat-trick delivery from James Albani.
Oh, and he keeps it out and he gets through for the single, which brings
Judah back to strike.
Judah back on strike. And United have 3 balls to score 21 runs. So we're looking for a no ball or a wide and 3 big hits.
Oh, 5 wides. Yes.
5 wides. Oh, plays this one.
I don't think the fielders have picked it up. Oh, they.
The mid wicket was looking.
So yeah, as we said, the light's not the greatest. Definitely not suitable for higher levels of cricket. But it did its job today.
No, definitely. I don't think. I mean, if you look at the catch that Yazidahia took there, so.
And Riza just nudging that through the cover area for a single. And I think there's maybe 1 or 2 deliveries left at this innings.
Yeah, coming back to the lights, obviously you have some of these guys that are 40, some of the guys that are 50, and obviously not everybody's eyesight is on the same level. So some of the guys are out there frowning, and as soon as the batsman hits it, they're looking for the ball.
In comes Albani.
Oh,
and the keeper gets struck.
It's a bad bounce. Keeper goes down.
Will they go for 2?
I think they're trying to run 6 here.
Going
through.
And Riza goes up for 3.
Back. Speedy comes back. And they'll settle for 3.
Okay.
And that's
and
the end.
As we're speaking, I'm running over to the chairman, president of United Veterans, Mr. Dr. Noor Abrams. How are you doing, sir? Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. What a fantastic evening to have you guys here and enjoying our facilities and our lights and our stream. Apologies to all the viewers for the technical difficulties we had today, but that's really something that we need to deal with. Yeah, it was a great game, seeing the likes of James Albani and Ziad Desai rolling back the years, and some entertaining cricket all around. Ibi Kriel, what's next for the Vets?
Yeah, the Vets, I think they have the week off next week.
We're back in the new year.
I think we're back in the new year. They played, this is their 3rd game. So they played Wednesday, and now Friday. So lots of cricket for the Vets. Welcome cricket, because the more you play, the more you can develop your skills. And I think this was a useful outing for some of the batters to
show a bit of aggression.
Yeah.
And we saw that they can turn it on a bit at the back.
And we also got to look at a few new players that's joined the Veterans, like Nadeem Marcus. He came in and really
second ball 6.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in a while.
We haven't seen the 6 in a while.
But yeah, great stuff. So thanks to all our listeners, our loyal supporters, for tuning in again. We've got a game tomorrow at the track again against Avondale. We'll see you bright and early. Anik will be on mics from 10, and with a host of commentators doing their part as well. And then we're back here on Monday again for United First Team versus Pioneers.
Oh, that's lovely. But from the track, it's the Vikings from Helderberg, victorious today against United Veterans, and they take away the victory, and hopefully this is the first of many games between these 2 veteran clubs at the track, and possibly we'll be going that way towards the Helderberg region next. And from Greenpoint Track we say Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.